Angela.
I'm Leah.
And we out here.
All right, we made it to the first dock to Costa Maya, so I just got to head down, get to head out, and we get to go on about our way. There is our ship, Mariner of the Seas, and we're right next to another one, Enchantment of the Seas. Okay, so we're walking up the, I don't know what this is called, walkway to the port. It's actually a pretty long walk, but it looks really pretty. It's nice to see land again. How pretty that wall is. Costa Maya. We went on this cruise in December. On the water, it is pretty cold, so make sure you bring like jackets, hoodies, something. But once you get to the land, it is pretty hot. Now, the port was beautiful. There are lots of places to take pictures and selfies for your social media, whatever. We took lots of pictures. There are also lots of places for like food, lots of alcohol. There were about 2 places to swim. There was like dolphin encounters and other different activities at the port that you can go to, as well as a list of other excursions off of the port if you're interested in that as well. There was a type of ruins here. I did not do any excursions off of the port. This was pretty cool. It was like a fake sacrifice. They actually take tips or donations. They do not have a specified price. I think I maybe gave like $20 or something like that, and they appreciate anything that you do have. It was a pretty cool experience. I decided to do a self-guided tour of the Aviary, which was about $14 to do, and it took about maybe an hour or so to walk through. So I just met my tour guide at the designated area, and she is walking our group over to the Aviary now. So basically just through the port. It's a pretty short walk, actually. Okay. Once we get to the aviary, they give us a short talk and then they let us go about our way. Now, this place is not wheelchair friendly. If you are in a wheelchair, you probably will not be able to participate, or if you need any type of like if you need like a lot of assistance, maybe if you have someone with you, they can walk you through though. But in terms of there are steps, and there are these bridges that connect each like house, like tree house type of thing. Those things are kind of wobbly, but it's not scary. It's pretty stable and sturdy. Now, the aviary is not in the air, but it is above the port. So when you're walking over those bridges, you are walking over the port. So you'll be able to look down into the swimming pool areas. You'll be able to look down over the shops. You'll see a good idea of what I mean here. Outside of being able to view all of the beautiful birds, I do think that the bird's eye view of the port was one of my favorite things about this excursion. In this first house, I did not see anything. There were signs that told us to look up. I looked up, still didn't see anything. There were supposed to be owls in there, but I did not see any. In some of the other houses, there will be birds above your head though, so be careful for that. The birds are, I mean, they don't bother you, but if you just feel weird about birds flying close to your head, just be aware that you might experience that. You get to this port, do understand that everyone likes and accepts tips. So you'll want to bring cash if you are participating in any excursions, or even if you go get food or drinks. Everyone likes tips, okay? They do accept American currency, so you don't have to worry about exchanging your currency. You can just bring cash from home with you. They accept the US dollars. I'm not sure about other types of currency, but I'm sure it's not a huge deal if you don't have pesos. Between all the different houses, there are so many different types of birds. I do not remember all the names of them, but I did try to get a picture or video of the placard. So as you're seeing the birds, you will be able to read to see what type some of them are. Others, you're just going to have to admire their beauty. We'll have to be careful entering and exiting each hut because the birds are able to roam freely, which means that you want to be careful not to let any of the birds out. Actually, as I was leaving this hut, there were a few little guys right next to the door. I was afraid to leave, but the guy who was in there told me it was okay. They would just get out the way, and they did. I kind of just like walked slowly towards them. They moved out the way, and I was able to open the door. The only thing I was kind of disappointed about was that on the Royal Caribbean website, there were pictures to advertise this excursion. And on the excursion, they had pictures of people being able to feed the birds. So visitors holding like these little popsicle sticks with bird feed on it, and the birds kind of like on their hands and they're feeding the birds. I did not see any opportunity to do this while at this aviary. So the pictures were a little misleading there. Either that or they just didn't have the opportunity this day. But either way, they didn't even mention it, the tour guide. So to me, that kind of says there probably was no opportunity to do it, which was kind of disappointing. But being able to just see the birds was nice. You're not allowed to touch the birds. I did not attempt to touch any, but just as a heads up, you probably just want to be safe and not try to touch them at all. Hey y'all, while you are here, be sure to like this video. Also, if you have not followed us or subscribed to our channel, please press the subscribe button. We do post weekly videos every single Friday, so you will get consistent content from us. We also try to post reels weekly as well, maybe about 2 to 3 per week. Also, let us know in the comments, have you been here before? Do you plan on going? Have you been on any cruises before? Or do you plan on going on Royal Caribbean soon or any other cruise line? How are your holidays? Let us know in the comments. We like to talk back. This part is pretty cool because you are able to see all of the aviary. So basically the aviary is made up of a bunch of huts that are connected by bridge, and you are able to see those huts from this view. You can see how everything is kind of over the port and how you are walking across to get to each hut. So that is the sum of it. Coming up is the dolphin activity that I told you about. I will pause for a bit so you can kind of see what it well, a little bit of what it entails. I'm not going to stand there the whole time, but you'll get a good idea if it's something that you would like to participate in. I forgot to add that in the beginning, right when you enter the aviary, they do let you know that you are not allowed to take large bags through this excursion. You do have to leave your large bags there with them. They're kind of like these open cubbies, so there's no door on the cubby or anything. It's kind of just like an open square. So if you think like the like those IKEA type shelves, that's what it looks like. So I would advise that you probably not bring anything expensive or anything that you don't feel comfortable leaving unattended. Because again, there's no lock, there's no nothing for your bag. So I did leave my bag there, so I'm headed back to get it now. But before I do get there, I see some large birds, some beautiful, I'm assuming they're parrots. I don't remember. The sign should be able to tell you that. But very beautiful, colorful birds. Yeah, so then after that, I grab my bag. I get to see some flamingos that are right outside the aviary. So you don't have to pay to see the flamingos. I think it's kind of like a way to catch visitors' eyes to kind of get their attention to enter the aviary. Just really beautiful birds. Headed back. That is the ship. So I'm headed back to the ship. The port was both overwhelming and underwhelming. Overwhelming because everybody is like trying to sell you stuff, so it gets kind of annoying. Keep saying no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. And then underwhelming because there's not really much outside of alcohol, which I don't drink. They had pools. The pools didn't look great, I'll say that. One was really overcrowded and one was empty because the water just looked horrible. I think it's a good experience. It was fun, a bit. Would I go to this port again? No. But why not try it once? Sure. But I think I really like to get genuine experiences. Do I feel like I just left Mexico or I'm in Mexico right now? No. I feel like I'm at a touristy port, which is where I was just at. All right, I'll check back in later. You can kind of see the pool and the rock climbing at the top. This area that I'm zooming in on that is sticking up above the trees is a water park. I don't remember the name of it. I want to say it was called Atlantis, but it is offered as an option to do. And that is how long that walkway is. It's been sweet.
Check us out next week
when we out here
in these streets. Peace.